I told my father his girlfriend could not come to my graduation trip after my mother paid for everything. I am graduating from university in a couple of weeks, and what should have been a happy milestone has somehow turned into a huge family argument. My parents divorced when I was 11. Growing up, my mother was a dependable parent. She worked constantly, handled school paperwork, drove me to every activity, helped me through mental breakdowns during college, and somehow always found a way to support me emotionally even when she was exhausted herself. My father loves me, but he has always been more of a show-up when it's convenient type of parent. If attending something required sacrifice or effort, there was usually an excuse. My graduation is being held several hours away from where my family lives, and graduates only receive 4 guest tickets. I chose my mother, my younger brother, my grandmother, and my father. My grandmother practically helped raise me while my mother was struggling financially after the divorce, so there was never any question about her being invited. Months ago, my mother booked an Airbnb for herself, my brother, my grandmother, and me. She also covered the rental car, fuel, and most of the travel costs because my brother and grandmother could not really afford the trip otherwise. My father originally planned to drive separately and stay in a cheap motel nearby. Then, about a month ago, he told me money was tight and he might not be able to attend after all. I acted understanding, but honestly it hurt. Even after everything between them, my mother quietly offered to pay for one of his hotel nights so he could still be there for my graduation. She literally said, "You deserve to have both your parents there." Last week my father called sounding excited and casually announced that his girlfriend, Melanie, would be joining him for the trip because she managed to get the weekend off work. They've only been dating around 8 months. I have met her twice. During my younger brother's birthday dinner a while back, she jokingly referred to herself as his new bonus mom, and my brother looked deeply uncomfortable the entire time. When my father said she was coming, I asked what exactly he meant. He said she would come to dinner, take pictures with everyone, and stay at the Airbnb. He added that she could just sleep on the couch. That is where I got upset. I told him the issue was not the couch itself. The issue was that my mother paid for this entire trip so he could attend his daughter's graduation, not so he could turn it into a romantic getaway with his girlfriend. He immediately got defensive and complained that my mother always gets treated like that important parent while he feels awkward and out of place. I told him my graduation was not supposed to be about managing his discomfort. I said I wanted one major life event where my mother was not expected to quietly absorb everyone else's emotions and fix problems she did not create. He asked whether Melanie was officially unwelcome. I told him yes, she was not invited to stay with us or attend the family parts of the trip. He responded by saying maybe he should just stay home then. I told him that was his choice, but I was not removing my brother or grandmother from the trip to make room for someone I barely know, and I was absolutely not asking my mother to host his girlfriend after already paying for most of the trip herself. Now my aunt says I embarrassed him and made his girlfriend feel rejected. My father sent me a text saying he hopes making my point was worth it. Meanwhile, my mother keeps saying she supports my decision, but I can tell she feels guilty and uncomfortable about the whole thing. At this point, I genuinely do not know whether I handled this fairly or whether I let years of resentment toward my father spill into this situation.